Level 1. The Ottoman Hostage. You are 12 years old. Adrianople, 1442. You and your younger brother, Radu, stand before the Ottoman Sultan, Murad II. Your father, the ruler of Wallachia, has traded your freedom for his political survival, leaving you as hostages in the heart of the empire. You are locked in a stone fortress, surrounded by foreign guards who watch your every step. In the court, you witness how the empire handles rebellion, public executions, heads on spikes, and the cold math of terror. Your brother, Radu the Handsome, bends his neck, learning to smile at his captors, adapting to their luxury. But you do not bend. You refuse to learn their court manners. You refuse to forget your homeland. You are beaten. You are thrown into dark dungeons, but your white face remains blank, your mind hardening. In the darkness, you realize that mercy is a weakness, and fear is the only crown that fits. You watch your captors with a cold, quiet rage. One day, you will return to your forests, and you will show them the math of pain. Level 2. The Return of the Prince. You are 25 years old. Wallachia, 1456. You have returned to your homeland, but it is a land of ruins. Traitor boyars, the greedy noble lords of Wallachia, have conspired with your enemies. They ambushed your father, murdering him in the marshes, and buried your older brother alive in a shallow grave. The country is lawless, the treasury is empty, and the boyars hold all the power, laughing at your return. They think you are a weak captain, a puppet sent by the Ottomans or the Hungarians, but you are the son of Vlad Dracul, the dragon, and your heart is cold. You raise a small force of loyal soldiers, marching through the dark pine forests. You seize the princely palace of Targovist, claiming the throne. You look at the boyars who attend your court, their hands stained with your father's blood. They think the past is forgotten. They think you will beg for their support. But you do not beg. You smile and invite them all to a grand, traditional Easter feast. Level 3. The Boyar Feast. You are 26 years old. Targovist, 1457. The great dining hall is full, silk banners, roasted meats, honeyed wine. The noble boyars and their wives feast, celebrating your coronation, thinking they have secured their influence over you. At the end of the banquet, you stand at the head of the table, looking down in silence. Your mouth is a flat line, your eyebrows tilted. You ask them how many princes they have seen rule Wallachia. They laugh, listing dozens, boasting of how they replaced them. Your smile fades. You tell them their loyalty is a disease, and the cure is ready. Your guards enter, drawing swords. You do not slash them in the hall. You have a different execution. Outside, hundreds of long, pointed wooden stakes are planted in the courtyard. The boyars are dragged out, screaming, and impaled on the stakes. You sit at a wooden table in the middle of the courtyard, eating your bread, watching them die slowly as the grass turns red. Level 4. The Forest of Iron. You are 27 years old. Poenary, 1458. The purge of the boyars is complete, but the survivors must pay. You do not execute the remaining noble families. You give them a different sentence. You march them, men, women, and children, deep into the Carpathian Mountains, to the ruins of Poenary Fortress, a high rock overlooking the river. You order them to rebuild the castle, dragging heavy stone blocks up the steep cliffs. They work in their fine silk clothes, which turn to rags. They work until their hands bleed and their bones break. For months, the labor continues under the hot sun and freezing rain, until the noble boyars perish from exhaustion. You build an impenetrable stone fortress, a nest of dragons on the peak. From here, you look over your kingdom, You establish harsh, absolute laws. You place a golden cup next to a fountain in the capital, empty and unguarded. Anyone can drink from it, but nobody dares to steal it, because they know the stakes. Level 5, the Envoy's Hats. You are 28 years old. Targavist, 1459. 2 Ottoman envoys from Sultan Mehmed II arrive at your palace, demanding a heavy tribute of gold and 500 Wallachian children for the Janissary army. They enter your chamber, standing before you with their heads covered by traditional turbans. You order them to remove their hats, to show respect to the ruler of Wallachia. The envoys refuse, stating that according to Ottoman custom, they never bare their heads to foreign princes. You nod slowly, your white face calm, your mustache flat. You tell them you wish to strengthen their customs, to ensure they never have to break their laws again. You order your guards to seize them. Your men bring iron hammers and long nails, and you order them to nail the turbans directly to the envoys' skulls. The soldiers drive the nails through the fabric and bone. As the envoys scream, you send them back to Constantinople, a bloody message to the Sultan that Wallachia will not bow. Level 6, the Night Attack. You are 31 years old. Targavist, 1462. The Sultan Mehmed II, the conqueror of Constantinople, has invaded Wallachia with an army of 60,000 soldiers. Your small force of 10,000 cannot win a traditional battle, so you choose the shadows. You dress yourself in Turkish armor, speaking their language, and infiltrate their massive camp at night. You locate the Sultan's grand tent, surrounded by silk banners. At midnight, you lead a desperate, sudden night attack, charging straight into the camp with torches and swords. The camp erupts in chaos. Turkish soldiers kill each other in the dark, believing they are surrounded. You slash through the tents, searching for the Sultan, but you strike the wrong tent, killing his viziers instead. The Janissaries rally, and you are forced to retreat into the dark forests. You did not kill the Sultan, but you left his camp covered in blood, and you left a seed of terror in the heart of the Ottoman army. Level 7, the Forest of the Impaled. You are 31 years old. Targavist, 1462. The Sultan leads his army further into Wallachia, marching toward your capital. The heat is intense, the wells are poisoned, and the fields are burnt. As they round the mountains, they stop, the entire army freezing in absolute horror. In front of them stretches a massive, 2-mile-long valley, filled with 20,000 wooden stakes. Impaled on the stakes are the bodies of Ottoman prisoners, men, women, and children, rotting under the hot sun. In the center is the body of Hamza Pasha, the Ottoman general, raised on the highest stake, wearing his armor. Crows circle the valley, and the smell of decay is overwhelming. The Sultan, the man who conquered the walls of Byzantium, looks at the forest of death and goes pale. He realizes he is not fighting a general. He is fighting a demon. He orders his army to retreat, turning his 60,000 soldiers back to the Danube, conquered by nothing but fear. Level 8, the Betrayal of Brother. You are 32 years old. Wallachia, 1463. The Sultan has retreated, but he has left a poison behind. He places your younger brother, Radu, at the head of a Turkish army, sending him to claim Wallachia. Radu does not fight with stakes. He fights with promises. He promises the boyars their old privileges. He promises the merchants peace, and he promises Rome his submission. The country turns against you, boyars desert, and even your own soldiers run to your brother's handsome face. You are forced from your throne, retreating into the Carpathian Mountains. Your wife, despairing of capture, throws herself from the high tower of Poenary Castle into the river below. You flee across the border into Hungary, seeking help from King Matthias Corvinus. But the Hungarian king is deceitful. He takes your gold, and then orders his guards to lock you in chains, branding you a traitor to the crusade. You are locked in the dark castle of Visegrad, as your brother rules. Level 9, the Hungarian prison. You are 40 years old. Visegrad, 1471. You have been a prisoner in the cold tower of the Danube for many years. The world has forgotten your crown, but they have not forgotten your name. They write stories about you, calling you Dracula, the demon who drinks blood, the monster of the forest. In your small stone room, you have no armies, no boyars, no stakes. But the habit of cruelty does not leave you. You capture mice. You catch small birds near the window, and you vomit tiny wooden splinters. You impale the mice and birds, raising them in lines on the windowsill, watching them die in the cold light. The guards look through the iron bars, whispering in terror, seeing the same cold look in your black dot eyes. You are a prisoner in chains, but you still rule a kingdom of ash and bone. You wait. You survive, knowing that your brother Radu is dead, and the throne of Wallachia is waiting for the dragon to return. Level 10, the last battle. You are 45 years old. Wallachia, 1476. You have been released, and you have claimed the throne of Wallachia for the third time, with Hungarian swords behind you. But the kingdom is fractured, and the Ottoman legions are marching again, determined to finish you. You lead a small escort of loyal men through the cold marshes near Bucharest. The winter wind is freezing, and the mist is thick. Suddenly, the trees open, and an ambush begins. Ottoman janissaries and traitor boyars surround you, attacking with swords and spears. You fight with desperation, your long sword glinting in the dim light, slashing through the enemies. A spear pierces your chest, and you fall from your horse onto the wet grass. The boyars surround your body, laughing as they cut off your head. They pack your head in honey to send it to the Sultan in Constantinople as a trophy. Your body is left in the mud, but the soil of Wallachia is finally quiet. Level 11, the legend of Dracula. You are 47 years old. Constantinople, 1477. The Sultan displays your head on a high spike, so the crowds can see that the impaler is dead. But the spike did not hold your name. The stories of your cruelty travel across Europe, printed on paper, read in courts. They call you Dracula, the son of the dragon, the vampire who rises from the grave. Centuries will pass. Your stone fortress of Poenary will fall into ruins. Your grave at Snagov will be lost in the mist, but your legend will become immortal. The prince who sharpened stakes to protect his borders, who turned fear into an empire, is now a shadow that haunts the night. You lose your throne, you lose your life, you lose your family, but your name escapes the grave. A monster who protected his people, a saint who ruled with ash and blood. The world will never stop whispering your name, and now, you are history.